We got gold, specifically some Wizards of the Coast stamped gold. So stick around as we dive into one of Pokemon's most vintage promotional sets. What's going on, guys? Joe R, Vintage Pokemon, back with another Pokemon history video. And today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite mini promo sets, the Wizards of the Coast Gold Stamp promo cards. And what I really love about this set is that it is readily available and affordable for the most part for the average collector. There's only 7 cards in this set in total, if we don't count non-English variants and variances to the cards in general. Really just 7 cards in the set. And we're going to talk all about these cards today, starting with the Pikachu card, which was the first one to be released back in 1999 of September in Duelist magazine. And you'll see that artwork for the magazine on screen. We've got the gold W stamp there in the bottom right-hand corner of the artwork box right underneath it. And this card features a first edition stamp, and it is from the Jungle set as well, Jungle expansion set. And all of the cards that you see here today, they're all going to feature the same backing of their card as well. On the back side, you see that it's got the standard Pokeball and Pokemon logo as well. So just regular backing, but the real thing that sets these cards apart is the fact that they've got that gold W Wizards logo stamp there on them somewhere on the card. What's interesting is that 5 out of these 7 cards were released in magazines. The Pikachu being, of course, from the Duelist magazine. And the Duelist magazine has some killer artwork on it, as you can see. It featured the Evolutions, which was just awesome. And most of the other cards that came from these magazines had really awesome artwork on their front cover as well. Now, if you want to get any of these cards, they're not going to really break the bank. That is, unless you want to collect them sealed with their magazines. Then you're going to have to really pay up to try to get those cards in particular, because sealed inside the magazine, they do cost a bit more. The second one that came out was the Kabuto, and it features the gold stamp under the artwork box again, this time from the Fossil set for its artwork. But this card came in the Top Deck magazine of the December 1999 issue. Issue number 1 for Top Deck magazine. Third on our list, we have the Wartortle. This time the artwork coming from base set, although it is a base set 2 card. And we have the W logo this time in the bottom right-hand corner of that artwork box that you see there. This is the first time that the W was placed in the actual artwork box instead of just outside of it, like the other cards were up to this point. The Wartortle was released in March of 2000, again from Top Deck magazine. Next up on our list, we've got the Misty's Psyduck. And Misty Psyduck was released in September of 2000, again in Top Deck magazine. And I want to take a moment just to give a special thanks to Pokemon Classics. He really helped me out with making sure these dates were all correct, because he owns all of the magazines and was able to read them for their dates, except for the Kabuto, which we imagine is the correct date because it was issue number 1 of Top Deck magazine. But Bulbapedia actually has a couple of these dates incorrectly listed, which is why it was good that he was able to verify the correct dates for these cards, such as Psyduck here, which is September of 2000 for Top Deck magazine. Next up, we have the Brock's Vulpix. And Brock's Vulpix is coming from the Gym Challenge set, which, by the way, the Psyduck artwork is from the Gym Heroes set. So you can see each card has been from a different set release so far. And we've got that gold W stamp outside of that artwork box again, right underneath the Vulpix there, bottom right-hand corner. Beautiful card, this time coming from the Top Deck magazine December 2000 issue. And this was the last one to be released via a magazine. The rest of these cards all had very unique releases, the next of which was the Dark Arbok card. And this card actually came with a couple of little add-ons. Dark Arbok was actually inside of this little folder here. If you look on the back side, you see that's how the card was inside of this folder. And it was released via the Hong Kong Pokemon League as a promotional giveaway. And inside you also had this a little additional insert, which is sort of advertising for the Gym Challenge series set. And on the back side, Just a little promotion for the Pokemon League. Hey trainers, start your own Pokemon journey. Join the Pokemon League today. So really neat. If you're collecting these 7 cards, you might want to consider picking it up with its original file folder. You see the Japanese there. Really, really neat artwork. Very unique to this particular card, and you can see it's got that gold W stamp in the bottom right-hand corner. Besides this, the Dark Arbok card also has the correct copyright date. Those of you that have collected the Team Rocket set before know that all Dark Arboks, non-holo and holographic from the set, have the incorrect copyright date. So it doesn't make it any more rare or more valuable. It's an error that's on every single card, but this one does not have that incorrect copyright date, which I think is pretty darn cool. So Dark Arbok coming from the Hong Kong Pokemon League in the year 2001. And the last card, also from the Team Rocket set, this is the only pair of cards to be from the same set release, is the Dark Charmeleon. And Dark Charmeleon, you can see here, I've got one in its original cellophane pack. It's the only card that didn't come via a folder or a magazine. It came inside the cellophane pack, and very unique release. It came as a part of a craft singles giveaway. Yeah, that's right. Craft like the cheese. Released in Australia during a craft giveaway food promotion during October 15th to around December 3rd for the length of the promotion. This card was one of 25 possible cards that you could find inside of your package of craft singles. So it was also the only card of the 7 listed that was not a guarantee. And how much cheese did you have to buy to get this card? I mean, I have no idea, but I'm glad that I've got it now and I didn't have to buy a ton of cheese to pick it up. We also have a ton of promotional campaign flyers and information. Thanks again to our local efour collectors that you guys can see on screen. And here we have our Dark Charmeleon. It's the only one that I've got in my collection that I've got graded, but you can see there it says 2000 Pokemon game promo, Dark Charmeleon craft giveaway, Wizards gold stamp promo. So very, very cool to have this card as a part of the collection. This was actually started as a campaign in September 24th of 2001. And the actual campaign lasted from October 15th to approximately December 3rd. And you can see that we have not just the Dark Charmeleon, but one of 25 different Team Rocket cards that you would be able to get in that particular set. So those are our 7 primary cards. Now, there are a couple little things that we should add on. Occasionally, you can find variances of the Dark Charmeleon or potentially one of the other cards that instead of a gold stamp, it might have a silver stamp instead. A very clear difference between one card versus the other. It's not an official release by any stretch, but just some cards, for whatever reason, you might be able to find them with a silver stamp. And you can see one of those examples on screen now. Outside of the gold-silver stamp variants, there was one actual 8th release of a Wizards of the Coast gold stamp Pokemon card, and that comes from the land of Italy. We have the Pikachu card, and you can see it's in a different language. So if you're looking just to collect the main set, I would say the 7 cards we showed you will do just fine. But if you want all of the releases of the Pokemon Gold Stamp cards, then you can't forget about this Pikachu here, because it has the W stamp as well. It's in Italian, and it lacks the first edition stamp. This card, believe it or not, was released in a Mickey Mouse magazine. Issue number 2344 in the year 2000. It is the only non-English Wizards of the Coast gold stamp card to be released. So there's no other non-English language cards as a part of this set. This is the only one released in a Mickey Mouse magazine with a little bit of promotional poster material attached to it as well, basically promoting the Jungle set here. So really neat card to add to your collection. If you had the 7 cards and you want this one as well, now you have 8. Okay, and if you want to fill up that full page, a full 9-page binder, then you got to go find yourself a little silver promo card as well, and that'll give you the full set. Although that one could be pretty difficult to find. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at all 8 of these cards with me today. I wish you the best of luck in your collecting adventures. And make sure you like and subscribe if you want to take a look at more vintage Pokemon history and Pokemon content. That's all we do here. And I'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.